Hello guys, welcome to Flight Level Change by Claudio Fonseca YouTube channel. As it says in the YouTube channel name, my name is Claudio Fonseca. I'm a real Boeing 777 first officer, and today we are going to fly the 737 Pmdg, the version -700 from Miami International Airport to Atlanta, Jackson's Hartsfield International Airport. As most of you guys know, I'm Brazilian, and of course if I have Brazilian viewers and subscriber talking to me in Portuguese through the chat, I'm going to talk to them in Portuguese, but I'm also going to explain what I'm talking to them after I finish the conversation with them, okay? So as you can see, I'm just on the stand at Miami International Airport. I'm going to just hit ready to fly, and my next step is going to perform the connection to the VATSIM servers where we are going to fly our route today. So on your screen now you can see my vPilot. That's the application I use to fly and to connect my simulator to the VATSIM network. So I'm going to connect today as United Airlines 1986. It's a 737-700, and as you can see, I'm now connected to the server. On the left side here, the controllers are going to start to pop up, and right now we have Jacksonville Center, we have Miami Center, and we have a couple of positions in Atlanta. We have an event right now going on in Atlanta. That's why we choose Atlanta. So we have 3 centers online right now, and for sure we have approach, tower, and ground there as well. We just need to get closer to have this information. So I'm going to take this out of your screen, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to send my flight plan through the system. So we are going to fly today IFR from Kilo Mike India Alpha to Kilo Alpha Tango Lima. Our alternate airport is Kilo Charlie Lima Tango Charlotte, and we have expected departure time at 23:20 Zulu. That's going to be really hard to match, because I'm going to show you a lot of stuff before the flight itself. We are expecting 1 hour and 27 minutes. We will be cruising at flight level 340, and we are expecting a true airspeed of 429 knots. So another thing I can show you right now is our flight plan. So the flight plan should be on your screen right now. So a couple of things I want to highlight here is our call sign, United 1986 from Miami to Atlanta. We are going to fly the 737-700 and the United livery. This is the 737 from Pmdg, and I'm currently using the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We have a route so far expecting runway 8 left for departure. I really doubt about it, maybe 8 right or even 9. We have Phil the Flamingo 1 Smithy, and then Airway Quebec 77 to MGEMS. It continues on this one to Sharks, and then we fly direct to Lighty and then direct to Lars for the Jedi 2 arrival in Atlanta. It says here runway 26 left. Maybe that's maybe we can have 26 left. We are coming from the south today, so let's see how it goes. Basically our flight level is 350, and as I told you, we have 1 hour and 27 minutes. I'm going to refill this airplane with 8,700 kilos of fuel, and I'm going to use zero fuel weight of 49,214 kilos. Okay, I'm not going to play with this number. Usually this estimated zero fuel weight is not the actual zero fuel weight that we have on the airplane. This is an estimate that airline used to calculate this flight plan, and the final one, the actual zero fuel weight, it changes slightly based on the number of passengers, based on the cargo as well, and the passenger luggage. So it's well, I've never had the same number, exactly the same number. Usually a couple of kilos difference, around usually around 1 ton difference, usually for less, because the company, they try to be conservative on this number, so we don't have to add fuel at the last minute. So but today I'm going to stick with those numbers, 49,214 on the sim itself, and our zero fuel weight that we are going to use on the FMC, you are going to see it's 49.3. We are going to round it up, this 214 kilos to 300 kilos. Another thing that I usually do on my live streams in Portuguese, because on them I fly inside Brazil, we have usually some tables to check our performance. I don't have those tables. I don't have a software for the 737 anymore. Currently in real life I'm flying the 777, so I don't have the Boeing information about the 737 anymore. I will try to find something really quick in a couple of minutes. If I cannot, we are going just to use maximum takeoff thrust out of Miami, which is quite not real, I would say, because in big runways like we have in Miami, we always use at least assumed temperature and sometimes a derated takeoff thrust. Okay, so that's what I had for now. Guys, for the ones that are not actual followers of the channel, I just want to mention to you that at this current stage the airplane has the power up procedure completed. Why I do that? Because usually the power up procedure is made by the maintenance, the technicians on the airport. Okay, so the maintenance staff, usually they come to the airplane first, they do the electrical power up, they do all the maintenance checks that they have to do, they rectify the problems that we have from previous flight, and then once the pilots, they come to the flight deck, they find out the airplane like this. So what I mean is, at this time we have the APU running, we have electrical power from the APU, but everything else is off. As you can see, the inertials are off. We still don't have the information for the screens, but we do have the electrical power for it. Okay, there is a specific procedure to apply power to the airplane, but basically we turn on the battery, we check a couple of things that we don't want them to move when we apply electrical power, and then we have to choose between an external power and our APU. Today I choose the APU, so we check the fire indications. So first we check the fire indications, so we make sure when we start the APU, if we have a fire on the APU, we'll have the fire detection for it, and once this check is complete, we start the APU and we just connect the APU to the buses that to power the airplane. Right now we have Oliver Smith saying good evening. That definitely love the choice of aircraft and livery. Thank you so much. Daniel Melo, good evening from Lagarto, Sergipe. Really nice to see you, Daniel, here. As I mentioned to the Brazilians in the beginning of this live stream, if you have any doubt, you don't know how to write that in English, don't worry, write it in Portuguese. I reply to you and then I translate to the international community. Oliver Smith is saying good evening to Daniel. Is this a flight school or a stream? And then he say, bye, this stream is not for me. Anyway, thank you so much, Oliver, for being here for a couple of minutes. I'm pretty sure you will come back during the flight. Okay, so we are going to start our airplane preparation right now. So when we come to the airplane, usually the pilots, they check the aircraft technical log. We don't really have an aircraft technical log on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, but we can go to the CDU here and we can come to the Pmdg setup, and one thing that we can do is go to aircraft failures, and we can see if there is any active failure here. Okay, so this is of course not the way we do in real life. Again, on the real life we check the papers, we check the documents, but on the Pmdg we can see here on the failures if we have any active failure. So we don't have any active failure, the airplane is good to go. Okay, once the airplane is good to go related to failures, we need to check a couple of things. First thing that we are going to check is the engine oil quantity. We need to have 70% or more. Right now we have 93 and 99, so it's more than enough. And then we check on the system here the hydraulic quantity. Okay, we have right now 100% on both hydraulic system A and hydraulic system B. Of course, this is the perfect for the quantity. What we don't want to see is an RF, which means refill, on the side of system A or system B. So that means we don't need to refill any system. The hydraulic quantity is good to go as well. And the last thing that we have to check right now is the oxygen pressure for the crew. So we have here crew oxygen pressure. Anything above 1000 is good enough. If it's below 1000, we need to go to some airplane documents so we can check how long is the flight, we can check the actual temperature of the oxygen bottles, and then we can check the minimum oxygen required for the flight. Okay, but I can tell you that anything above 1000, so anything from this stand here to the right side, is good enough. So on real life, when it's above 1000, we don't have to worry about the minimum quantity, because for sure it is above. Okay, once we have this, usually the captain, it's going to perform some calculations and it's going to define the minimum fuel quantity for the flight. And we're also going to set the parking brake, because the first officer is going to do a couple of checks here, and then he goes to the exterior inspection just to check the airplane. Okay, so we go now with the first officer part of the preliminary pre-flight procedure. So first thing that he does, he goes all the way up here and turn on the inertial. Okay, so he goes from off to nav. So we have the align, we have the on DC light first, which means that the inertials, they have power from the DC system, which is what we want to check if the DC system is also supplying power to the inertials, and then it goes to the align mode. Here we have a couple of checks to do. Most important is to check that engine reverses and engine control lights are off, and the engine electronic control buttons are on with the alternate mode not connected, not visible, so the lights for the alternate are distinguished here. We're also going to check the Mach airspeed warning test. So as I press those two buttons, we are going to hear the clacker. That was one of them. That is the second. So that means we are going to have an overspeed warning if it occurs, and we are going to check the stall warning, which actually vibrates the control column. Okay, so I'm going to press it right now, and you're going to hear a vibration noise. That is the control column vibration. The left one and the right one. When I mean the control column, I mean the yoke itself. Okay, let me see if from this point of view I can maybe show you the second bottom here, and we're going to see the right one vibrating. I'm just going to do it again for you to see. You see, the right control column is vibrating, and we can do it the same for the left one vibrating. So that give the pilot the feeling of the stall, the impending stall on the airplane. Okay, and then another thing we are going to do here is to turn emergency lights to the armed position, and we make sure the not armed information is here. Next step from the FO. So the FO can go and check the ATIS for, in this case, for Miami. We don't really have information for Miami. We don't have an ATIS for Miami right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to request the weather for Miami. I'm going to put that on your screen right now. So we have Miami from today, day 09 at 22:53. We have wind 150 at 9, gusting 18, visibility 10 stated mile, field clouds 3,500, field clouds 11,000, and also field clouds 25,000. Temperature is quite hot, 31 degrees, dew point 24, and altimeter 3004. There are CB distant north of the airport. Okay, so that's the information we have from Miami right now. Let me check. Yeah, that's the only information we have from Miami on the VATSIM servers. We also have Daniel Oliveira. He's saying hello and good evening. Also Gian Luis Perner saying good evening, safe flight. Fala Daniel, fala Jean, obrigado pelas mensagens. Podem mandar aí em português qualquer dúvida que vocês tiverem, qualquer comentário, eu respondo para vocês e faço a tradução para o pessoal em inglês também. We also have today Arnon Lima. He says, hey Fonseca, little flight in USA to de-stress. Yes, that's what we are looking today, a flight with good controllers, with some amount of traffic inbound, especially inbound Atlanta. So we can show you real life procedures in environment that is very accurate and really close to the real life operations. So after getting the information that we just got, I'm going actually to copy those numbers. Wind 150 at 9, gusting 18. We also need temperature 31 and altimeter 3004. That's the information we need for now and for our performance calculations. Okay, so we just did that. We need to do as well. The first officer does the fire and overheat test. So that's the overheat, working fine. That's the fire, also working fine. The bottles, distinguisher bottles, we check, all of them are working for both engines. And now the cargo. The cargo I cannot hold and press the button up here. This is a shame from Pmdg right now, as we can do on the engine and APU, but we can notice that everything illuminates, and we notice that when we did the fire test here, we can cancel the fire warning as well by pressing the button. So should work the same with the cargo fire. The weather radar doesn't work, so we don't have to do the check. Actually, we have to do the check on the real airplane. We don't do the check on the simulator because it's not working. Okay, then the FO goes out for the exterior inspection, And we also have a message from Carlos Abraão Holanda. Good evening, hope you're doing okay. Could you explain what's the purpose of that switch that says ignition right, both ignition left between both engine start switches? Thank you. Of course, Carlos, I can explain to you. Please let me know if you don't I know that you are Brazilian, you are my follower, so if you don't understand my explanation in English, just let me know. I also explain that in Portuguese. So Carlos is asking about this switch here that we have between both engine start switches. This switch is the ignition selector. We have left ignition, we have both, and we have right ignition. That is both engines, they have two ignition systems. Okay, so we have two ignition system for the engine number 1, two ignition system for the engine number 2. Usually they don't work together. Okay, we just need one ignition system each engine. We have both because of the aviation redundancy. Of course, if we lose one, we still have the other one, especially in flight if we want to restart an engine, a failed engine, for example. Okay, so talking about in-flight procedures. Okay, when we select left or right or both in flight, it doesn't matter. When we use the flight to restart the engine using windmill start, it actually turns on both igniters. Okay, so that's not an issue. What happened is anytime you select ground, okay, to start, to have an assisted start on the ground with the APU or external air, or even in air with the APU, okay, if you have the engine ignition selected to one side, you will only have that igniter trying to start your engine or giving you continuous ignition to that engine. So what you are going to see in a couple of minutes when I prepare my flight, I'm going to select ignition right for the first flight, and usually for the next flights we switch between left and right. The main difference between these two systems is that the ignition right is connected direct to the battery, okay, direct to the battery bus. So in case we have complete electrical power loss, okay, the right ignition is going to work from the battery, okay, and the left ignition is connected to the airplane AC system, okay, the alternate current system. So the main difference between these two systems is that one of the igniters, one of the ignition system, they are connected directly to the battery, which is the right one, and that's why we start first with the right one, because we want to make sure that that one is working, and then on subsequent flights we change between them. Okay, why we change between them? Because if we always use both, okay, we are going to have normal engine starts, and then we don't know if one of those ignitions are not working. Okay, so we start with the right, which is the more important for us because it's connected to the battery. Okay, we perform the first flight on the right one, okay, and then on the second flight on that airplane we go to the left one, so we also test the left one, and then we make sure that both are working. Okay, that's why we have this selection, and we don't keep both running at the same time, because if we were keeping both running at the same time and one of them is failed, we don't really know. Okay, Elisa Silva also says very nice channel and videos, but you have to keep asking people to like your videos and share your videos for the channel to grow. I know, Elio, it's been a mess for me to ask this for the people, because I don't do it myself on other channels. I know it's really hard for people to remember and press the like button. That's the way it is. I'm not really worried about the number of followers. I'm not really worried about the number of people watching this live stream. Right now we have 17 people, and what I want is that those 17 people that are here, they really understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing things, as I'm trying to explain you how things are done in real life. Okay, so Arnold Lima says, full ATC from Miami to Atlanta. I wanted to fly, but my English is not trained for this. Okay, so keep an ear on that, and maybe you can help me today. Let me know if you miss something from the ATC. Most probably we are going to ask for clearance in about, I would say, 25 minutes from now. Okay, so we just comment before answering the question from Carlos that we were going, the first officer was going to the exterior inspection, and he came back from the exterior inspection with no unusual findings. So we start our flight. At this time, the captain is inside the cockpit, and he's going to check or to enter the FMC initial data. Right now we have one message here. It says enter IRS position, asking the pilots to enter the position to align the inertial reference system, IRS. So anytime that we have a message, we read the message, we make sure we understand the message, and then we clear the message. It can have more than one message at a time, so if you clear the first one and you have another one, the second one will show, you read that again, and you keep clearing it until it's like this with no messages. So we go now to the FMC, we check on the ident page the airplane model. So we have a 737-700. Our engine rating is 24K. That means 24,000 pounds of thrust, and we have the navigation data 2206 that is valid from 16 June to 14 July 2022. Next step, we go to position initial page, and we are in Kilo Mike India Alpha. Okay, I'm going to set this as reference airport, and I'm not going to add any gate information. It's not really necessary. Even the Kilo Mike India Alpha as reference airport is not necessary, because we are not going to use this position to set our position to the inertial system. We are going to go to the next page. We are going to copy one of the GPS position, which are the most accurate positions right now. We come back to the previous page and we set this as the IRS position. Okay, but if we don't have to set here Kilo Mike India Alpha, why we do it? Because on real life we are flying two pilots, so one pilot is going to fill up the FMC, and after the other pilot is going to check. So for the other pilot to make sure that the first pilot really did something and was checking this page, we enter at least the reference airport. Okay, because if the reference airport is blank, the other pilot doesn't really know if the IRS position was set by the pilot that performed the FMC initialization. Okay, that's the main reason why we just fill up the reference airport. Okay, if we didn't have the GPS, then we would set the reference airport, we would set our gate information as well, so we have a more accurate position than the reference airport, and we were going to use that gate information, that gate navigational coordinates, okay, to use as IRS position. Next step, we go to the route, and we are going to depart from Miami to Atlanta. Okay, so we set Miami, Atlanta, and as American Airlines, we have a really good data link system, so we are going to make a flight plan request. Okay, so I need to select on this one United Airlines 1986 as flight number. Okay, and then for our flight plan, we are going to select, that's the one that we have. Let's set here 1986. This is slightly different from the 777, so it doesn't accept. But what we can do, as we have origin and destination and 531 miles, that's the one that we want, we can select that. Okay, we are going to wait. This is doing the request. Slightly different from the 777, so a couple of things I don't really remember from the 737. Of course, I know all the basics, I know everything we need to complete a normal flight, but small things like this data link, I'm not really familiar with it, because in my previous company, when I was flying the 737 in real life, we didn't have data link, so we had to do it manually or use company route. Okay, it says route uplink is ready, so we punch load here and we have information route uplink loading. Okay, we can cancel that, and we should have a message when the route uplink is complete. So here we go, route data uplink, that means the route data uplink is complete. We can clear that. We go to the next page and we make sure we have the same information as we have on our flight plan. So we go to STIMI Quebec 77 to Sharks, and then direct Larry, direct Lars. Okay, we go to the next page and we are going to add United Airlines 1986 as our call sign and flight number, and we are going to activate and execute this route. Next step, we are going to set a departure from Miami, most probably runway 8 right. Okay, and we have, if I'm not wrong, let me just check my data here. I'm going to bring you the nav graph charts. Okay, so we have, as you can see, Flamingo 1, and we can do a chart overlay. Okay, I'm going, that's the chart, that's the Flamingo 1. I'm going to pin this. So on runway 8 right, we go on the heading 092 at 520, we fly direct to Coastal or Sea South, yes, Sea South, and then we turn left to Deus, and then we turn left to Live, and then we turn left to Jade, and then we turn right to Osno at 5,000 feet, and then Flamingo, and then Weapon, and then Steamy. Okay, so we have a top altitude of 5,000 and a 5,000 at Osno. So our initial altitude is 5,000 and we cannot go above 5,000 until we cross position Alonso, and then or when cleared by ATC. I'm not expecting to maintain 5,000 until Alonso. Most probably we are going to be cleared by ATC to climb above it. Miami departure frequency 119.45 and transition out to the standard in US 18,000. It says it's radar required just for jet airplanes, and that's mainly what we have here. MSA 2900 all around the airport. So that's the chart that we need for this flight. So I'm going to select Flamingo 1 with steamy transition. I'm going to go to legs page. There is no discontinuity. I'm going to execute, and then I'm going to add our arrival to Atlanta just according to our flight plan. Okay, what you have right now, we can turn this off. And according to our flight plan, we have runway 26 right and Jedi to arrival. So I'm going to pin this as well. Jedi comes from Larry. We are going to fly Larry and then direct Lars. New new HP DTSTR 280 knots, 14,000 or above. Wookiee 250, 11 or above. Jedi 250, 10 or above. Daffy 8,000 gram proba, and then from POBA radar vectors. Okay, most probably let's take Atlanta charts here as well. Let me just take the airport chart. We have a couple of options today, most probably 27 left, 26 right. Another option is 28. In Atlanta, usually the short runways are used for landing, and the big runways, the longer runways, they are used for takeoff, as we need more runway for takeoff. Parking gate, I'm going to set it here. This is the Delta hub. We are going to fly to the Delta nest today. And as you know, then 26 right or 27 left, I'm going to select as possible ILS. So 26 right, that's one option. 27 left, that's the other option, or maybe 28. So that's the information we have, that's the information we need right now. So as I told you, most probably 27 left. Let me find the ILS 27 left here. On the chart, let me show you the chart again. 27 left, most probably from Silva. A lot of traffic today. Okay, most probably then from Silva. And our approach is the Jedi 2. Jedi 2, we don't have Larry, we have Lars. Okay, again, next page, we just check there is no discontinuity. We have after POBA vectors to Silva, that's what we want. We execute and we can go to initial reference page. We are going to set a couple of things right now, and those things that we are going to set are, let me show you. We are going to set the cost index of 5. Okay, then we are going to set the FMC reserve of 2.7. We are going to enter our estimated zero fuel weight at 49.3. Our cruise altitude 340. Our cruise wind, we come down here on the wind information. So top of climb wind at 340 will be 087 at 38, and our temperature is going to be minus 41. Okay, that's the information we are going to set right now. So cost index of 5. Reserves was, I just forgot. Reserve was 2.7. Okay, come back here, 2.7 as reserve. Zero fuel weight 49.3 so far. Cruise altitude 340. The wind, of course, I forgot. We have to check here. 87 at 38. 87 at 38. It says enable 280 knots at DT STR. That's on the arrival there. I'm going to clear that. We're going to make sure we have that one as well, and the outside temperature is going to be minus 41. Now we have everything, we can execute. It says we cannot have 280 knots because with this cost index, when we go to the descent page, it says the speed, it's forecasted to be 245 knots. Okay, so as we have at least 280 knots on the arrival chart, I'm going to set this /280. So we have 280 knots for descent, and I'm going to execute. Airplane is going to recalculate the fuel again, and most probably we are going to have a message of insufficient fuel because we didn't refuel the airplane yet. So insufficient fuel, that's correct for now. We can clear this information. Okay, just checking the climb, it's correct. Cruise is correct. Descent is correct. Leg space, it's all correct. 5,000 until Anzo. Hold, we just have the hold for the missed approach. Progress page, it says 553 miles to Atlanta, that's correct, and the fuel is not correct because we didn't refuel the airplane. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Kilo Mike India Alpha on fix page. Okay, and I'm going to add an arc of 25 miles as a reference for our MSA. Okay, so we wait right here, and then we are going to perform the captain pre-flight. Okay, so what we have here seated on the captain side is VORs, they are correct. We have to turn on traffic, airports. We turn the flight directors on. Captain is flying today, so left first, auto throttle. The heading for departure, most probably according to our legs page, is 092. So we are going to set 092 as heading, just as a reference for now. Our expected departure runway heading. Altitude initially 5,000 feet already set. Okay, so we check oxygen, we check the lights, all of them. Really quick look here, all lights are working. And then we can check that we have auto throttle, arm, blank, and flight director. Altitude is 5,000 set, no V speeds, and altimeter was 3004. 3004 set, which give us the airport altitude. Heading 331, it agree with the compass. The same on the standby instruments. All the levers are checked, and that's it. Captain side is complete. We go to the first officer side. The first officer side starts turning your damper on. That's one fuel pump for the APU right now. This we are going to keep on standby power just to check how our standby power and our battery is going. Then we can set the chime only to on. And up here, I cannot really change. I didn't like this camera, but the window heat goes to on. We make sure the on lights, they are there. And PAX isolation auto and APU bleed on. We are going to fly at flight level 340. And again, landing in Atlanta, airport elevation 1026, so it's 1050. So we can come here and select 1050 as landing elevation. Engine start, ignition to the right, all set right here. And then that was air conditioning, dual bleed light we have right now. That's the dual bleed light. Okay, that's why we have master caution air conditioning. That's correct. As well, traffic, airport, oxygen, tested, lights, They are all correct. Time 36, auto throttle arm, blank and fly director, 5000 with no V speeds on the heading 331 and altimeter 3004. Landing gear is down, flap is up, auto brake RTO. Fuel flow, we set first used is 0 and we go to reset to reset it. Speed reference and N1 set, they both stay in auto. We make sure now we have no exceedance on the engines. That is correct. And we can come down to the frequencies here. We have a VOR around Miami. Let's see if we can figure out this information. You have a reference out of Miami. So Dolphin VOR 113.9. So 113.9 is there and 113.9 is there. This should be at 2000 for now. And all checked. We also have here Ligu. It says good night. He flew from Dallas Fort Worth yesterday and today, and the temperatures, they are quite high, 41 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's really high. Texas temperature are rising rapidly right now during summer. Even in Miami it's 31 degrees right now, approaching the night already. So guys, let me know how you are, or you are not hearing the ATC, right? So for that, I'm going to turn it on.
Alpha 72 Charlie, runway 8 right, line up and way.
ATC for you. We are on frequency 124.0, which is...
Miami Delta 2301 taxi.
I'm not sure.
301 runway.
Miami should be 12485.
2301.
Because 12485 is on the second one, so we are going to do like this, and 1215 as emergency on radio
ready for taxi.
number 2.
Southwest 1863 runway 8 right, taxi via Papa. Taxi via Papa, runway 8 right, 1863.
Okay, so once we finish this, we can do the pre-flight checklist. I should have the pre-flight checklist somewhere here. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to bring it that for you.
135.17, bye-bye.
Okay, so on your screen right now, the pre-flight checklist. So we have oxygen is tested 100%. Both pilots, they replied tested 100%. Navigation transfer display switches normal and auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector is in auto. Flight instruments heading 331, altimeter 3004. Parking brake is set, and engine start levers cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. Let me just check if I have some data to cross-check the performance for Miami. Let me see. I don't think that the 700 from my previous airline was going to Miami, so no, we don't have it. Let me see.
American A58 right, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 8 right.
Yeah, we did have for Miami for the 800. I'm going to put on the screen for you now as well. So usually on real life, when we don't have application from Boeing, we use tables like this. It's not applicable for us today because this is for a 737-800. So we are on the 700. We cannot really use this information. Okay, but we are going to look for the runway, the flap, thrust reduction altitude, acceleration altitude, and we are going to select the derate for the takeoff, and based on the weight we are going to select the temperature. And we have, for example, I will say with 69 tons on the 800, 44, 45 and 49 as V1, VR and V2, and assume temperature around 52 degrees. Okay, so we cannot use that today because I don't have this information for the 700. Okay, so while we continue and we are about to ask ATC clearance, I'm going also to refuel this airplane. This is not the way we do in real life. Of course, there is someone refueling this airplane for us, but we can come here to fuel, and we need today, as I told you in the beginning, I always forget this number, we need 8,700 kilos of fuel. So 8,700 we set as total. Okay, it's already refueled, and the payload we have today 49.214. That's our zero fuel weight. So the airplane is loaded with 95 passengers, 1,358 kilos on the forward cargo, and 1,175 kilos on the aft cargo. Okay, that's not the way we do in real life. Of course, in real life we have to board the passengers actually and the cargo, but that's how we do on the sim.
3,110 for the ILS 10 left, southwest.
Another thing I'm going to do right now, as we are here and we have the parking brake set, I'm going to remove our wheel shock. So we are pretty much ready for departure, and the doors are already closed as well. That's good. Okay, so as we are right now, we need to ask for ATC clearance.
American A50, contact Miami Center 135.17, so long. Skywest 72 Charlie, contact Miami Center 135.17, so long.
135.17, Sky 172 South.
Heartland 4534, Miami departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain 16,000, contact Miami Center 135.17, so long.
16,000, center 3570.
Just selecting the departure course here.
Southwest 2780, clear ILS runway 10 left approach. Southwest 2780, clear ILS 10 left approach.
Clear for the ILS 10 left, Southwest 2780.
South 2301, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff 8 right, Delta 2301.
Southwest 1863,
Miami is busy right now.
Land runway 8 right, Southwest 1863. Southwest 2780, call the tower 193, good night.
193, good night, Southwest 2780.
Heartland 4534, contact Miami Center 135.17, so long.
I will put enough charts here as well so we can make sure we are at the correct place. So Miami, I forgot to take the airport chart, and the parking base. If I'm not wrong, we are at Foxtrot 8. Yeah, we are at Foxtrot 8.
Traffic on frequency Miami Center, Miami approach is now closed. If you are on this frequency on the ground or in the air, you can monitor Unicom 122.8.
So we just lost ATC from Miami. Okay, That is a shame, but no worries. We are going to go 122.8. Let me just make sure we don't have Miami Center. No, Miami Center is also gone. So we'll have Atlanta standard really soon. So 122.8 as our common frequency in the VATSIM servers. So we're going to follow the clearance that we have on the flight plan. So today we are going to take off with 22 is enough, full thrust, temperature of 31, that's the outside temperature, no select temperature. Takeoff flaps 5. CG we take from the papers, today is 19.8, and speeds we are going to take from the FMC, again because we don't have data and how to calculate without an EFB. So 124, 126, 120, 133. This 133 goes on the indicated airspeed. Next page we check acceleration height 800, that's correct. So this time we can arm VNAV, we can arm LNAV. So we have LNAV and VNAV armed, 133 and 5000. All checked, and that's all what we need. So we are going to perform the before start actions from the FO now. So we turn on the fuel pumps. We check here, we have 900 kilos on the center tank, so we are going to turn the center tank pumps on. Low pressure goes off, which means it's working, but with less than 1 ton we make it off. Some airlines use 2,300 kilos to keep it off, because during departure we are going to pitch up around 15 degrees, and maybe the pumps are not able to take fuel from the center tank when the quantity is that low with that pitch. Okay, so that's why we are going to use off for now, and once we pitch it down above 10,000 feet we turn them on again. Now we put the seat belts on, hydraulics, electrical and 2 and 1 to on, anti-collision light on, and that's it. We are ready to go. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go with you to the before start checklist. So before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. Here we have 8,700 kilograms, pumps on, passenger signs on, windows are locked. MCP, we have V2 133 heading 092, altitude 5000. Takeoff speeds V1 124, VR 126, V2 133, CDU pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim, they are free and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed, and anti-collision light is on. So our before start checklist is complete. And as we don't have ATC right now,
Southwest 2780, final 1 left.
we are going to pre-plan our pushback. So we go just on the center here, and that's fine. And we are going to request pushback.
This is ground, stand by.
So outside, connecting the pushback. Miami traffic, United 1986, we are starting push and start from Foxtrot 8, expecting 8 right for departure.
Okay, sir, the bypass pin is installed. installed. All doors and hatches
Lauderdale
closed. All
traffic,
ground
Southwest
equipment
2780, short
Cleared
final
to start
10
push.
left for Lauderdale.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, so he asked us to release parking brake, so parking brake is released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
So, start
November to right.
engine number 2 to ground. And captain here is going to monitor around, of course I forgot, as a good 777 pilot, to turn off the packs. We don't have to do it on the 777. We have to do it, of course, on the 73. Helio Silva, very good to do it in English as well. We try to do it sometimes. So we have around 25% fuel now. Arnold Lima, here in São Paulo, it's 16 degrees, but for the day was 28. That's because it's winter, yeah. Then it's over. The ATC left, the pilot flying alone, yeah. Anyway, we are going to have a nice ATC on arrival in Atlanta for sure. So right now we are approaching 56. And starter cut out. We can start our engine number 1 to the ground.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
We make sure pushback is complete. The airplane is stopped. We set parking brake.
Brake set. Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Cleared to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
25% N2. Fuel control switch to
goodbye.
idle. Now we monitor the engine. We should have fuel flow and EGT. Now we have a steady increase on N1, EGT, N2, oil pressure, temperature, vibration should be stable as well. Around 56, N2, engine start switch goes automatically to the off position, and the starter valve open message goes up. We say starter cut out, and the engine start is complete. So now the captain asks for the takeoff flaps, flaps 5. So FO comes here on the left side, select flaps 5, and the captain is going to perform, we put this like this, captain is going to perform the flight controls check. So to perform the flight controls check, he goes all the way down, all the way up, neutral, and then all the way to the left, all the way to the right, and when the ground disconnected, rudder all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Okay, after selecting the flaps 5, the first officer already started his sequence of turning on the engine generators, turning on the probe heats, selecting packs to auto, isolation valve to auto, and APU bleed to close, APU to off, engine start switch to continuous. Then he goes down here and makes a recall. Why the flaps didn't go to 5? You see, I press, it's not going. Oh, I have one joystick button locked, that's why. Okay, now it went, so we checked flaps 5. We're going to wait for flaps 5 while the captain can come here as well and set the trim as 6.24. Okay, so the flap is 5 and it's green light. And now we can do the before taxi checklist. So before taxi checklist: generators on, anti-ice off, isolation valve auto, engine start switch continuous, recall checked, auto brake RTO, engine start levers idle detent, flight controls checked, ground equipment clear. Before taxi checklist complete. So now we are going to make our taxi. So for our taxi here today, on the screen for you, we are going to taxi via position 20, and then we are going to make a right turn on Papa, and we follow Papa all the way to the holding point, runway 08 right. Okay, that's our taxi. I'm going to keep already the Flamingo 1 departure ready here, and we have our clearance, taxi light on, captain comes here. Oh, the first officer forgot to turn off the lower MFD, so parking brake off, and we can start taxiing. We are taxiing straight ahead. First taxiway to the right, which is going to be Papa. Guys, if you are liking this live stream, please hit the like button. Let's try to bring more people to our live show today, so we can have more people participating and asking doubts about the 737. As most of you guys know, I'm a real pilot nowadays, flying the 777. I did fly the 737 already in real life for almost 8 years, and I have around 5,000 hours. So that's taxiway Papa. Really nice view here with the sun. Let's see outside. Always beautiful, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. So taxiway Papa, it goes slightly to the right and then to the left. Carlos Abrão say 5,000 hours is quite a bit of time. Yeah, it's good enough, I would say. I'm reaching 5,000 on the 777 now, so I feel very comfortable on the airplane, and I can say that with 5,000 hours I was very comfortable on the 737, especially on the 737. You do short flights, so 5,000 hours, that means a lot of flights. Usually you do 3 or 4 flights a day. Of course, sometimes you have long flight like 5 hours and a half. I did almost 7 hours once from Rio to Santo Domingo, but yeah, it's quite a good time on the 73. Now we do the before takeoff checklist. So the first officer is pilot monitoring today, so he's going on his side here and he's going to ask captains for flaps. Captain is going to look there and answer flaps 5, green light, and then he's going to ask for stabilizer trim. Captain is going to see here and confirm 6.24 units, and we have our before takeoff checklist complete. something that is not really real on most of the sims. On the real plane, once you start moving and you have like 9-10 knots ground speed, you can bring your thrust to idle. The airplane will keep moving unless you have a really high steep on the taxiway, so you have an uphill, a really high uphill. If not, the airplane will keep moving and accelerating. So it's quite common for us to bring the throttles to idle. We let the airplane roll. As it approaches 25 to 30 knots on a straight taxiway, then we brake, we bring it down to around 10 knots again, and we repeat the process as we move on the taxi. Okay, because once we release the brakes and the airplane is around 10 knots, the airplane is going to accelerate again. On the sim, it doesn't really do it. Right now we have 14 knots. With this even surface here in Miami, we would be accelerating for sure. Miami traffic, United 1986. We are approaching holding point runway 8 right, expecting departure on Flamingo 1 towards Atlanta. Carlos Abrão says, good to know that the aircraft doesn't lose momentum. I've been flying level up 737 in X-plane and it loses so much momentum compared to the Zibo mod. Yes, it does, but even the Zibo mod is not very good on that. I also think that the Zibo mod airplane is kind of stuck on the ground as well, you know. Abrão says that you have to increase throttles at 40% to keep it going. Yeah, so if it level up, it's even worse than the Zibo. It's really bad. Even Pmdg cannot replicate that quite well on the sim. It's something that happens on the 777, on Prepare 3D, it happens on Zibo, it happens on level up, and it happens here on the 2020 with Pmdg as well. As you can see, we have 12 knots now. We should be more than 20 for sure if we were letting the airplane just roll down the taxiway like this. Now we are approaching the holding point. The holding point here for these 3 runways, 8 right, left and 12 is quite a mess. But we are going all the way to the holding point for this runway, which is around here. Okay. So as we are going to start our flights, oops. Okay, and transponder to TARA. Okay, we are ready to go. Miami traffic, United 1986. We are lining up for takeoff, runway 8 right, Flamingo 1 departure. So guys, this is the holding point, runway 8 right. As you can see, there is no airplane on the approach. So we are going to enter the runway for takeoff. I'm going to expedite here. Really nice sunset in Miami today. So around 10 knots for the 90-degree turns. Lining up runway 08. So runway 08 heading 092. That is checked. Throttles to 40% anyone. We line up the airplane with the runway. Engines are stable. Takeoff. That takeoff thrust N1 toga. Thrust set. Checked.
E1. Rotate.
And we go off the ground. We keep climbing.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. LNAV checked. LNAV, VNAV speed. We can fly the flight director a little bit. Airplane start accelerating. Thrust reduction. N1. So we pitch it down. Now we can select flap 1. Now we can select flaps up and autopilot command. So as you can see here, I was selecting the flaps to up. We have flaps up, no lights. Miami traffic, United 1986, we just departing runway 8 right. We are going to climb flight level 340 on the Flamingo 1 departure towards Atlanta. So we are going to set here we are not going to stop our climb at 5,000, we don't have ATC. So 340. Altitude intervention, we have N1 VNAV speed and we keep our climb. So we flap up, no light. We ask for after takeoff checklist. So pilot monitoring comes here. Make sure packs are on, bleeds are on, bring engine start switches to off, go on the center paddle, makes landing gear to off, auto brake off.
Flamingo 1 departure to Atlanta. Thank you.
Brasil.
Isso aí.
Have a safe flight, see you. Guys, I just recognize a Brazilian on the frequency. As you can see, we can clearly distinguish our English level, which is quite good. So we did the actions, but now we need to do the after takeoff checklist. So engine bleeds are on. Going to be hard with the yoke moving like this. So engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gear are up and off, and flaps up, low light. After takeoff checklist complete. We just crossed 10,000 feet. The airplane start accelerating to 77 knots for our climb today. We have no turbulence expected, so seat belts are going to auto, lights are going to off. Right now I'm going to turn the panel lights to the mid position. It's getting dark. And we have pitched down enough so we can turn the center fuel pumps to on. I'm going to turn on the main panel lights here as well. Let me take this to the mid position. It's good enough. On the pedestal here, panel light flood we don't really need right now. Okay, so who was there? Was Digoligo. It says it was him on the frequency. So where are you flying to? Also to Atlanta. Arnold Lima says we know when someone is Brazilian. Yeah, we can clearly see that. So now another thing that I have to check, I'm going to put on the screen for us our Navigraph charts. When we are going to call Atlanta. Okay, so this should be the boundary This is Jacksonville. Jacksonville, and to Atlanta it's only approaching Lars. So Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville center is on. Let's just check again. Jacksonville around Waco. Around Waco we go to Jacksonville center. Okay, so let's check. We can, as a reminder, come here on the legs page, find Waco, and put now on the fixed page. And the next one is Lars. Fixed page, next page. So these are the 2 points we have to change frequency from one center to the other. Okay, so we have this information now. We just crossed 18,000. So we set altimeters to standard. Altimeters are on standard and cross check. Climbing flight level 340. Really nice departure out of Miami. Let's just enjoy this sunset. We are not doing anything on the cockpit right now, so this is Miami behind us. Of course you can see the airport, you can see down there is Miami Beach. Let's see where is we just crossed Fort Lauderdale and everything. Beautiful United 737-700 by Pmdg on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Going towards Atlanta right now. Guys, we have 16 people watching this live stream right now. So if you can comment which flight simulator you are using. I know that a lot of guys, they use X-Plane 11. I used to use it just to fly the Zibo 737. Now with Pmdg I pretty much stopped. I think the only reason that I would go back to the X-Plane 11 is to fly the Zibo mod with share cockpit, something that we still don't have on the Pmdg. And I also need a Prepare 3D. I also have installed Prepare 3D for the 777 from Pmdg. But once we have shared cockpit on the Pmdg Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and the 777, I'm going to install X-Plane and Prepare 3D. I think this platform here, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, is the future of virtual sim. Maybe X-Plane 11 with some characteristics about the atmosphere is going to give another level of realism to the flight. We still have to check that. But if that's the case, yeah, maybe there's an option for us to go back to the X-Plane at some point. Saying that, we can also expect Microsoft Flight Simulator and Asobo to move on that direction and give us the atmosphere that really changes with temperature and not only pressure. Okay, that's a big deal for real pilots, especially when we are dealing with high and hot operations. Okay, especially during an RNAV approach and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go inside the plane. Keep the heading bug centered. Here we should have 986 as a reminder of our call sign. Okay, I don't know if you guys knew that we can really change these numbers here. This is a memory device. You can set for anything. you have 3 numbers here. Some airlines, they used to set the level, the cleared level. So for example, 340 is the cleared level now, so we set 340. Some airlines use for the ATC call sign as we were using in Go. So for example, flight 1986, we put here 986, so we know it's one before, so 1986. And we can do on the other side as well. You can even set different things on both sides. You can even use for frequencies. The only problem is that you only have 3 digits, so you have to stick with those 3 digits, but it's just a memory device, okay? So 1986. How many of you knew that this is a memory device and that can be changed? Most probably on Zibo airplane or level up you cannot do it. We are approaching flight level 300 now. Let's just enjoy the sunset one more time. Usually I do my live streams at night, so we don't have this good views from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. 2 new messages here. Don Lima says he has a doubt in the beginning. Did you get claustrophobia or any other problem related to being locked in the airplane cabin and not being able to stop and get off? No, not really. Especially because when we start our flying school, we are flying really small airplanes, so but even on that one you have your own seat, you have your own place, you know why you are there, you don't really think about it. And then once you are on an airplane like the 737 and especially now on the 777, you have space to move around. Most important, you have your toilet in these big airplanes, of course you don't have on small airplanes. So yeah, that's it. I didn't even think about that. We also have Danny flight plan. He says, hey Fonseca, he's sending a hug and he says, the monster, a big hug to you, my friend. Thank you so much, Danny. Guys, if you still don't know, Danny Plano de Voo, this is another YouTube channel. He does daily live streams. I noticed that I think yesterday Danny did the first flight with Aero Brasil 320, if I'm not wrong, from Campinas to Santos Dumont and then from Dumont to Ilhéus. I checked both landings. I have how we call that, I have a tip for Danny. Make sure when you are going to disengage the autopilot, you are aware of the airplane actual position related to the wings and the pitch, because I noticed that both times you corrected quite well, but the airplane was quite stable, and by the time you transit to manual flight, the airplane got destabilized for a couple of seconds. So make sure you keep flying the airplane as the autopilot was doing it, and then you correct as you did perfectly. You were quite low on the first approach in Rio, and then you correct nicely, you did a nice landing. And I don't really remember what happened in Ilhéus, but I noticed that when you turn off the autopilot, the airplane just shake and went down or up a little bit. Just make sure you keep the airplane the way it is, and then you start flying manually. So we just reached flight level 340 now, so we are going to check our altimeters. 340 also on standby and on the right side as well, so we take note of this on the flight plan. Another thing that we are going to do now, we are going to check our fuel. So expected fuel on arrival is 5.4. this is a good sign. First thing that we have to check, our reserves are 2.7, so we are almost 3 tons, I will say 2.7 tons above the minimum required. Okay, this is good enough. Okay, another thing, let me see, yeah, on this one. And another thing, we are going to check the next point weapon. We are crossing at 7.2, so right now I'm going to our flight plan. Let me just find the position here before putting on the screen for you. Here we go. So you can notice that we have our top of climb, and the first point after top of climb is weapon, and we need at least 4.6 tons of fuel there. Okay, so this 4.6 says that we are going to land in Atlanta with our reserve fuel. So from this position, on this position from 4.6, whatever we have on top of that is our extra fuel and our contingency fuel. Okay, so we are going to cross Wapon in 7 miles with 7.2. This is 4.6, so 7.2 against 4.6. We have 2.2, 2.6, which is pretty much the same as 2.7 that we had calculated from our fuel at destination. Okay, so fuel looks good so far. And another thing that we can do, okay, now we have master caution fuel. That's because we are almost empty right now, empty on the center tank. So with the master caution, we turn off the fuel pumps. Let's check if the fuel is balanced. We have 3,540 kilos on the left side and 3,560 kilos on the right side, which is good enough. So the fuel is okay for this flight so far. We keep monitoring it. We are going to check as well the weather for the airports along the route. And I was about to say you something else so right now that I completely forgot while I'm going to read our chat again. Then he says, thank you very much for the tip, my dear. Thank you so much. I will be attempt the autopiloting landings. The both landing yesterday live is very bad and really hard. I will not say that it was hard. I think that the last time, I mean, once you got the airplane under control, you did a quite nice job. Yeah, it's not a big deal. You know, it's quite awkward to see the airplane come smoothly with the autopilot, and then you have it around, and then you stable it again. If you try to do it more smoothly, I don't know what hardware you are using. I have an old Microsoft Flight Simulator, a Microsoft Force Feedback 2. So what I try to do, I try to take my hands on the controls, and I try to look to the PFD, and then I use a key on the joystick to turn the autopilot off. So I turn the autopilot off with my hand on the stick, so I already have my hand there. I don't really have to grab the stick and then start flying manually. So I grab the stick first, I disengage, and then I'm flying. Oscar Arellano, it's a member of our channel. It says, boa noite, Comandante Fonseca. Estou entendendo pouco, mas como sempre uma aula. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to translate that for you really short. Oscar, obrigado. Pode mandar aí em português, não tem problema. Se for dúvida, pergunta, comentário, a gente comenta aqui em português e depois eu faço a tradução para a galera em inglês. Obrigado por estar acompanhando a live. Tamo aí na escuta. So Oscar said that he's not understanding very well because he doesn't really speak English, but he's there, and if he asks anything in Portuguese, I will reply to him in Portuguese, and then I translate to you in English. And then he's saying that I'm using TCA Officer Pack. Oh, that's amazing, man. You have a really nice hardware in your hands, so make the most of it. You know, use a button to disengage the autopilot on the stick itself. Keep your hands there before disconnecting the autopilot. And another thing, I don't know if you can see here, try to hold your hand, try to have your hand somewhere, you know, not in the air, because once you move, okay, if you don't have your elbow and everything locked, okay, it's really hard to use a stick. Okay, on the yoke is not a big deal, but on the stick you just need to turn your hand. Okay, try to keep your arm rested somewhere. We just got a message here. The message is okay, CPA 2004 is takeoff runway 09 on Flamingo 1. Okay, Jacksonville, let me just check. Jacksonville Center, I don't know which one I have to call. We have Jacksonville 12, 13 and 35. Guys, while I'm going to check that information, I'm going to give you some sunset. So let me just figure out Jacksonville 12, it doesn't say much. So this 30 is controlling Orlando, so should be 30. So should be 135925. So what I'm going to do, I go inside the cockpit, and again 135925. So 135925. And we are going to listen to this ATC because we are approaching the position that we said.
Okay, so
Waco.
1760, sorry, Giant 731 at Atlanta is 125.57. 2557, yeah.
Okay, let's go inside to call the ATC. This is Jack Center.
Maintain multiple 280.
20 Delta 1305.
Jack Center, hello, United 1986.
Go ahead, yep.
We are maintaining flight level 340, approaching Jacksonville area. Is with you today?
Okay, where are you?
Right now, position steamy from Miami to Atlanta.
Contact Jacksonville, flare 134.85.
3485, thank you so much.
Jacksonville Center,
November 2, 11,000.
Spirit length 407, contact Atlanta Center 126.
So 3485.
126.42, Spirit length 407. Thank you.
No, my frequency, never mind. Delta 2301, contact Jacksonville Center on, where are you? 135.92, see ya.
13592, Delta 2301. Yeah.
Jack Center, hello. United 1986, flight level 340, approaching Waco.
United 1986. You might be on the other center. Did you get a contact me from somebody or a handoff?
Yeah, actually we tried 30 sector. He told us to come this frequency. Guys, we had a problem with the live stream, but I think we are back live. Yeah, so let me just check frequency again. I don't know why this is happening every time we are approaching this time here around 3:30 in the morning. So 125.75, that's what they want. Deck center, hello, United 1986, flight level 340.
Mid Beach VOR, maintain level 380. Maintain 380, 30 with run. Still 1873 radar contact, 50 miles southeast of the Orlando VOR. You going to stay at 36 for now?
Oh, sure, you want us even around altitude, though? We can...
Well, even for now, that's fine. Southwest 3121, contact Jacksonville Center 135.9 or 2. Southwest 3121, contact Jacksonville Center 135.9 or 2.
1359 or 2, Southwest 3121, seal.
Actually, Delta 1873, can we take flight level 390? If not, we'll just stay at 36.
I'll give you 38 for now. You want 38?
No, we'll just stay at 36.
Roger.
Jacksonville, hello, United 1986, flight level 340.
United 1986, Jack Center, squawk 1025.
1025 coming up, United 1986. So 1025, let's do it. 1025. Wait for the radar contact.
Yeah, 1986 radar contact over the Orlando VOR. Maintain level 340, say Mach number.
Maintain 340 and right now Mach decimal 71. United 1986.
78?
Yeah, we can do it. 78 from now on. United 1986.
United 1986, roger, maintain Mach point 78.
So, speed intervention. We set 78.
So the 1873 turn
So
left
the
at
airplane already starts accelerating towards 78. And then we go to our FMC.
Delta 1873 at reroute, I assume?
No,
We
just
set
vectors
point
on the same route.
78.
Okay, I think
Okay.
1873,
And on the
leeward,
descent,
of course.
Yes, sir. 270.
we are going to point 78 and 280, and we execute. Now that we have 78 on cruise as well, we can come here and turn off the speed intervention. The airplane is going to stay at Mach 78
1002.
and the descent 78 to 80 knots.
1002 is
Of course, we lost 200 kilos from 5.4
1873, say Mach number.
that was expected at Atlanta.
Delta 1873 Mach point.
Because we increased speed, now we are expecting to land with 5.2. That's more than enough. If you notice on our briefing pack, I had 2 tons of extra fuel because of arrival traffic in Atlanta. So increasing to 7.8 is not a big issue for us. Arnon Lima, I thought that it was my internet that went down again. Yeah guys, I don't know why, but around 3:30 in the morning here the internet go down and just come back in a couple of seconds. Carlos Abrão, do you make notes of ATC messages on a notebook or something? Yeah, I do. That's my notebook. So the informations that I got so far here was 80s from Miami, wind temperature and altimeter setting, my call sign. I got 3 frequencies change, 3485 to 575 after the first one I tried. They squawk 1025. Okay, this is 1025, they squawk. Flight level 340 and 0.78, I'm writing it now. That's the speed that they want. Just like we do in real life, we keep spare paper, and on this paper we make notes. Arnon Lima, 134 arrival to Atlanta. I want to control somewhere like this. Yeah, man.
1986 contact Jacksonville Center 135.902.
135.902, United 1986. Bye bye.
See you later.
So 135.
Go ahead for the reroute for Delta 2025.
1546, fly heading 200.
Got a message that I never got before from Microsoft Flight Sim, but it looks like it's working.
46, fly heading 200. Heading to 200, that's 1546. Delta 2301, Mach 0.76, please.
Mach 0.76, Delta 2301.
Delta 1863, maintain Mach 0.76.
Mach 76, 1863.
Jacksonville United 1986, flight level 340 with you.
Final.
Block.
Southwest 1008, Club, maintain flight level 300, that'll be your final.
Really nice view.
True 570 check.
So Arnom, you don't really want to control 134 airplanes arriving at one place at a single time. Trust me.
Delta 1 Papa Romeo, connected.
Around 30, it's more than enough.
2557, 1 Papa Romeo.
Jacksonville United 1986, flight level 340.
You had a 1986 Jacksonville Center, hello.
That's it, Jackson.
94 leaving Myra Space Radar Services terminated.
So, Carlos Abrão, Holanda, that's cool. I got started doing that too. Most of the times I don't fly online because I'm too afraid of messing up stuff and forgetting what ATC tells me. Carlos, I have a tip for you as well. Of course, first, autopilot connected, write it down and then do it. Another tip I have for you is don't start flying like I'm doing today to a place that we have event. So we are going towards Atlanta. We have an event hosted by Atlanta ATC tonight. As Arnon mentioned, we have 134 arrivals planned to Atlanta. Most probably those from those 134, maybe 100 will be on the next hour or so. So it's a lot of planes, a lot of holdings that we are expecting. Maybe runway changes, different speed, different levels. So it's quite a busy environment for you to start with. So go slow. I will suggest to start first in Brazil as well. It's our country, it's our language, so it's easy. Start in Brazil, try to go somewhere, try to depart from somewhere with ATC, and then try to arrive somewhere with ATC in a different flight. Don't do both, okay? For example, if you see Brasilia and São Paulo online, depart from Brasilia but don't go to São Paulo, go somewhere else, go to Palmas. So you just depart with the ATC. Next day you do a arrival somewhere with ATC, departing from a place that you don't have ATC, just for you to get into it, and then from after a couple of flights try to do a full ATC flight, and then later on come to US. I know you speak English, come to US, and then later on come to an event like this. Even for me it's quite tough because the timing that I see in real airplane is not the same timing that I can see in online ATC. I mean, sometimes I noticed ATC doesn't really know how to prioritize calls to the airplane. Airplane coming to the frequency, they don't really wait for an answer from other airplanes that were already talking to ATC. So sometimes it's challenging, even for me. Okay, so but yeah, that's what we have for now.
Jacksonville Center Delta 27, 15,000.
Arnold Lima said the most I have ever controlled were 13 Flavios live at Eval, but it didn't even need to vector. Yeah, you are a lucky guy. If you had 30 airplanes and you didn't have to vector anyone, someone was doing a great job holding the airplanes before you. Digo, well, they sent me a reroute. Hope I have fuel. Wow. Let's see.
126.42.
Can you explain the reroute for us, Ligo, like what you planned and what they changed? It will be nice to see. I'm ahead of you. I didn't have any change so far.
Southwest 125, contact Atlanta Center 126.42. Sorry.
Guys, what I'm going to do as we approach...
Thank you, Delta.
We still don't have our 80s, but I will try.
2301, contact Atlanta Center 126.42.
2301, yep.
See ya.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 1454. Were you trying to call me?
Delta 1454.
How we can do that?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, sorry.
We still don't have information for Atlanta.
I thought I heard Delta 1454.
Yeah.
Descendant pilot discretion, maintain level 2.
Let's take only the weather for now.
Okay, descend and maintain 240 pilot discretion, Delta 1454.
So the matter for Atlanta, it's on your screen right now. We have 220 at 5, visibility 10, stated mild, 3,000 field clouds, 1,000, oh sorry, it's 12,000 scattered, 15,000 scattered, 25,000 broken, 28 degrees, altimeter 29908. Okay, so what we can do for now is preset 29908. 29908 is presetted here, as you can see, and I can also preset that on my descent page, forecast 29908.
Where are you?
Another thing, it doesn't accept the 29908. Okay, so how can we do that? So 29908, look at that. We just preset 29908, right? So we change it to HPA, and it's 1015.
536 Jack Center.
Okay, so 1015, and then it accepts 1015. And we execute. That's what we have for now.
25.
Oh, I didn't request the winds for this flight. So legs, road data, wind request.
Till 2025.
Let's wait until the wind
I'm talking to
comes.
80 aircraft. I can't find it.
Arnold Lima say this expression only works in Portuguese. Eu quero é ver torar os avião. Yeah, you want a big mess, right? Yeah, that's what you want. Carlos Abrão says, got all of that. Thanks for tips again, Captain. Yeah, my pleasure, man. But this is something that I mean I did it, you know, and I think it worked for me, so it should work for you as well. So now we have the information. Cruise, wind, uplink ready. We can clear and load. Cruise, wind, uplink, loading. Cruise, wind, flight level 340, uplink. So we clear, and now we have wind. We can execute. Okay, I go to descent, forecast, and I can request descent winds as well. So now we have descent wind request. Let's see next step.
Reduce the lowest speed and climb maintain. What was it again?
1546, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
So forecast uplink ready. We clear and we load.
2557.
Descent forecast uplink. So we have for 250, 15,000 and 16,000 with the winds. We can clear and we execute. Even the ESA deviation came up, so it says 16. Let's say if that's correct. Right now we have on progress page 2 it says 16, so right now is 16. Okay, and let's see Atlanta. Atlanta, let me
Flighting 240.
try to show you something.
Heading
I will write on the notes here. So,
Jacksonville Center, Delta 976
ESA
with you, flight level 370.
Delta 976 Jacksonville Center.
at sea level
5121 flighting 240.
is
Flighting 240, and we're with you, S3 Fala 320,
15 degrees. Okay?
5121, thanks.
You can see all the information I'm writing is coming up here. Okay?
Level 350, 64 miles from Kanjo.
Every
1863, contact
1,000 feet
6.42.
is minus 2 degrees.
Southwest 15.
So,
1863, contact
Kilo
126.42.
ATL
12642, Southwest 1563.
elevation is
So 5191, contact Atlanta Center
1,000.
126.42.
so 15
Southwest 5191, contact Atlanta Center
Minus
126.42.
equals 13.
Yeah, I'll Chris on the frequency. I need you guys
Okay.
to listen up where it's super busy. I can't keep calling everybody twice. Southwest 5191, contact Atlanta Center 126.42.
Actual
Jacksonville, Delta 16.
Temperature.
Jacksonville, flight level 350.
was
602 Jacksonville Center, roger.
28.
Jacksonville Center, good evening, United.
Okay, so if we take
Level 350.
28
United 55,
minus
92 Jacksonville Center, roger.
13
Jacksonville Center
equals 15. So our ESA deviation today
92 Jack Center.
is plus 15 in Atlanta.
Where
Okay,
are you?
if we have plus 15 in Atlanta and plus 16 here, so that means the ESA deviation is actually 16. So that is correct. 16 1015. The descent forecast is complete.
320, station made November 0.
Almost 3121 instead of maintain this level 330.
I will say that we are already flying at night. Beautiful, beautiful images.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 976.
Even the moon is there, flying with us today.
For my flight plan.
For what? Where do you want to go to?
I'm looking to add an arrival for my flight plan. The Grinch 2 arrival for Orlando.
So the Guigo say they rewrote me for west arrival, almost reaching the west side of Florida right now. Wow. Yeah. I don't think that I have feel for that much. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what 2 tons can do it with us.
Heading 240.
Yeah, I understand that. You guys just gotta stand by. I'm trying to work with y'all. It's just pretty busy. If you guys could just listen up for your call soon, that would be appreciated.
Of course, of course.
Thank you. And I don't mean to be harsh, but it's just pretty busy. Aeroflot 103 flighting 180.
So ATC is having problems with because the pilots are not answering
Flighting 180, Endeavor 51.
to his calls, and I think a reason for that is that many pilots like me are broadcasting this live, so we don't really pay attention to ATC sometimes. That's a shame, but we have tried. We should try to focus on ATC communication as well.
Jacksonville Center, November 226 Romeo Sierra. Do you have a handoff for me?
Number 326 Romeo Sierra, contact Atlanta.
So I'm going to do some arrival preparation, even though we still don't know the runway. But what I can show you right now is that
Jack Center, howdy, Southwest.
our approaches are on the heading 275, 275, or 275. The 3 runways, they are aligned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the course 275 already, and I'm going to select a VOR close to Atlanta Airport to have a reference.
Flight level 130, climbing 150.
So we have
116.9
and 275 for now. So we have As we are flying RNAV, we don't really need to use VORs, putting our route, but it's a good information when we are coming close to Atlanta.
Okay, contact the other center 134.85.
126.9. And the course, the final course will be 275 as a reference for us for now, and then is going to be the course for our ILS. So 275 on the right side and 275 on the left side.
Frequency to stand by. We're going to have another controller come up on center.
Yay!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know you guys are really busy today.
1305, contact Atlanta Center 125.57.
Ikuigu says, have a good live, I can't stay here, gotta pay attention to ATC, yep. Yeah, I got you.
125.57.
I understand.
557, speed being 57.
1227, contact Atlanta Center 126.42.
126.42, good work, 27.
See you, man.
Good day to be in Atlanta controller today.
So we were expecting 1 hour 27 minutes of flight.
Number 5121, fly heading 060.
Flighting 060 and there 5121.
Oh, that's... It looks like
Yep.
we are flying for quite a lot already.
390.
Get a 2197 here, accidental center. Hello, welcome.
Okay, another thing that we can check.
Okay, I have 3 at once. Who's calling?
This cargo 75, requested.
Is
Yeah, I'm trying to get you into the sequence, man. There's 15 aircraft.
our runways there. So our runways for landing, they have around 9,000 feet, so that means 2,743 meters, all of them, okay? So the landing calculations for all of them, they are the same because they have the same length, okay? So with 2,743, I'm going to use auto brake 3 with reverse. That should bring us out on Sierra Golf 6 or 4 if we are using 28, on November 4 or November 2 if we are using 27 left, or
Alright, anybody trying to check it out?
Bravo 5 and Bravo 3 if we are going to 6 right, okay? So most probably auto brake 3. And another thing I'm going to do, going to take on the screen again the ILS for you guys. I'm going to set to 7 left, that's what I expect, at the A of 1199, okay? If that's not the case, we can have 1198 or 1190, okay? So they are all really close by H1, so 1199 for now. Just because on PMDG it takes some time for us to set the minimums here. So I go 1199.
Number 5121 headed flighting 090.
Say that again for 5121.
5121 flighting 090.
090 Endeavor
99, and Arnon says it wouldn't be good enough to fly there. I have a problem paying attention to one thing, probably attention deficit.
Stand by. We're going to get another center coming up, and they're going to take some people send off. So 2250, contact Atlanta Center.
So now we have 6 tons, we are landing with 5.2, so we are going to spend 800 kilos to reach Atlanta, so we are going to land with 54.5. Flaps 30 and speed 129, correction plus 5. So flaps 30, 129 is there. Okay, so at 4 on this side, as pilot monitoring today, check the landing altitude. Recall, it's all clean, auto brake is 3, we have the speed and minimums for now. Another thing, we are going to use that same approach for now. Runway 27 left, ILS 108.5, and that's what I'm going to leave on standby. Okay, 108.5 on standby for now. Of course, we still need to check our landing runway. Okay, pretty much everything is done for our approach. Let me keep here.
1873 connect Jacksonville Center 135.907. Yeah, 438 connect Jacksonville Center 135.907. 3597, 438.
All set. Let me see if we can get the 80s for Atlanta now.
United 5590.
Yes.
Center 134.9.
I will go to show for you. So we have Atlanta.
135.
I'm going to write it down because we need to tell ATC we have information. Mike. We have 220 at 7.
Cargo 75, connect Jacksonville Center 135.
More than 10 or 10, field 2200, 9000, 16,000, scattered, broken 25,000, 28 is the temperature, altimeter now is 29er. Simultaneous approach in use, visual 26 right, 27 left. Hazard weather info for Atlanta area available from FSS. Bird activity, vicinity of airport. Operate transponder with mode Charlie on all ramps, taxiways and runways. Advise you have info Mike. Yeah, we do have info Mike. And I'm going to take note of tower. Tower, we have a couple of frequencies here. I will take note 119.1, 12385 and 119.3. Then for ground, we have 12175 and 1219. Okay.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 2631, request off copy.
Do we have something else?
Get a 1986 connect Jack Center 134.8, correction 135.907.
135.97, United 1986. So 135.97. Oh, you were seeing all of these, right? So 135.97.
Free flight 360.
360 airflow 103.
(135.97) Jacksonville Center, United 1986, at level 340.
United 1986, Jacksonville Center, good evening, cross the Larry at and maintain for level 330.
Cross Lariat and maintain flight level 330, United 1986. So what we are going to do now, he says Larry at flight level 330. So I have to set 330. Larry. Execute. Now we are really close by.
1873 cross Larry at and maintain for level 330.
We are really close by our top of descent in 4 miles. So we are going to do the descent checklist. Landing altitude 1050 feet, recall checked, auto brake 3, landing data VRF 3129, minimums value 1199 for now, and approach briefing is complete.
Flight level 330 with heading 360.
Okay, all set for now. Retard.
Proceed direct Larry, airflow 105.
Hey, now we have Aymar Pontes saying hello. Fala Aymar, tudo bom? Qualquer coisa pode mandar aí mesmo em português, a gente fala em português, depois eu traduzo aqui pra galera. A gente acabou de iniciar nossa descida aqui para Atlanta, nível 330. So guys, I was just talking to Aymar, saying that if he wants to talk in Portuguese, there is no issue. I talk to him and then I translate for you. We just start our descent, leaving flight level 340 down 330, and that's what we have. Larry 330. VNAV out. Airplane should go down.
Cargo 75, turn left, proceed direct to Larry. Okay, Cargo 75, left turn, proceed to Larry. Cargo 75. United 438, cross Larry at and maintain for level 330. Cross Larry at and maintain 330, United 438.
Southwest 3176, are we able to step away now for 5?
Southwest 3176, approved, report back.
We'll let you know when we're back, Southwest 3176.
United 1986, Atlanta Center now on 126.42, good night.
126.42, United 1986, bye bye. So 12642. 126.
Delta 1873, Atlanta approach now 126.42, good night. 2642, Delta 18.
Bravo, into Charlotte.
Delta 2250, you're supposed to be at the other center, 132.907.
132.907, Delta 2250.
Delta 1873, follow 330, restrict to the 79 or left.
Delta 1873, Atlanta Center, roger. United 1986, Atlanta Center.
Hello with you, United 1986.
United 1986, roger, thanks. Descend upon discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot discretion down 240, United 1986. So 240, out to the intervention, and we go down with retard and VNAV speed. Leandro Bass, boa noite a todos. Obrigado, Leandro, pela presença. A gente está fazendo a transmissão aí em inglês, mas a gente pode conversar também em português e eu sempre traduzo o que tiver aí em português pra galera, beleza? Pra galera que está acompanhando aí. Temos 10 espectadores nesse momento. So guys, I just said hello to Leandro Bass. He's a member of this channel. He helps this channel to grow, and I also told him if he needs, we talk in Portuguese and then I translate to you. So we are coming down.
Atlanta Center, American 1776. We had a brief disconnect for around 2 minutes.
To flight level 240, pilot discretion so far.
American 1776, Atlanta Center, ident.
Atlanta Center, Delta 2418, level 230.
Delta 2418, Atlanta Center, climb and maintain flight level 310.
So I'm just going to close speed intervention.
Delta 1814, descend and maintain flight level 250.
Because we are coming back to the path. And the airplane is going to FMC speed and VNAV path. So the airplane is going to follow the path and reduce to 280 knots.
Southwest 1863, verify you turn in direct Jedi.
Pedro, pena que cheguei no Amém, mas vou ficar até o pouso e já deixei o merecido like. Obrigado, Leandro. Obrigado pela força sempre. So we have drag required. We can clear that, and if we need, we use our speed brake. So that's not the case. Speed is good enough.
1873, reduce speed to correction, Mach 0.74. 74, Delta 1873.
Really nice view.
Southwest 3121, descend and maintain 8,000 and expedite.
8,000 expedite, 3121.
I hope it's broadcasting with live colors as it is on my PC right now.
Southwest 4484, contact Jacksonville 135.902.
135.902, Southwest 4484.
Southwest 1814 there, can we go out of cockpit for 05 minutes?
We are reaching 250 now.
1814, I'm going to have a handoff for you in 4 minutes.
Gotcha, 1814, we'll hang tight.
Busy B 771 descend by the Jedi 2, arrival the Atlanta altimeter 2.
So I don't want it to start reducing speed so far, so I'm going to open speed intervention. 280 knots, VNAV out. I want the plane to maintain 280 knots for now.
Delta 1873, do you want us lower or still at 33?
Delta 1873, Mach 0.74, you can descend.
Guys, can you hear ATC when I'm not talking? I know when I'm talking the ATC is just it's supposed to decrease the volume of ATC, but when I'm not talking you should be able to listen to ATC very clear. Please let me know. Reset MCP altitude. No, we don't want to go down from now.
Center, American 1776, we're already way past Zajax if you want us with Jacksonville right now.
American 1776, roger.
Cargo say yes, it's all good. Okay, thank you so much. I made some sound optimization on the OBS studio, so I hope it's really working. I hope when I talk the ATC volume goes down, the simulator volume goes down, so you can clearly listen to my voice, and when I stop talking everything goes back live.
The Banker 2 arrival, Charlotte, landing north of Charlotte, altimeter 29906.
Arnold Lima says readability 5, that's good enough. Thank you so much.
Atlanta Delta 2503, 13.5 to 14,000.
Guys, thank you so much. We had 67 likes for this live stream today.
Delta 2503.
I'm going to finish this one and then I'm going to try to sleep again. Actually, I was sleeping. This is 4:10 in the morning here in the Middle East.
Delta 2503, roger.
I went to sleep quite early, around 7:30 in the evening. I woke up just a couple of hours ago. I couldn't sleep anymore, so I came down. I'm doing this live broadcast for you, just to be tired.
I don't even have track on you right now.
And then I'm going to try to sleep a couple of hours. Membro ao vivo e a cores aqui na live, Aymar Pontes. Obrigado, Aymar, obrigado pela ajuda ao canal. Estamos sempre na escuta aí, pode deixar seus comentários em qualquer vídeo, eu tento responder todos os comentários, tá? Qualquer dúvida, qualquer sugestão de vídeo, a gente tá na escuta. So guys, we had just a new member to our channel here in YouTube, Aymar Pontes. I just told him, as I can tell you, any of you, I try to read all the comments, okay? If you have any video suggestion, any doubt, just write a comment in any video. I will try to answer as soon as I can.
127.9er.
127.9, confirm, sir.
Affirmative, United 1986% by the Jedi 2 arrival, the Atlanta altimeter 299er.
29er via Jedi 2 arrival, United 1986. So, 29er, we have 14,000 is the next one.
1873, maintain 250 knots.
250 knots, Delta.
So 14,000.
Please say again the frequency.
Altitude intervention.
Southwest 1863, 127.9er, 27.9.
And altimeter is 29er.
Frontier flight 1012, contact Jackson.
We can do approach checklist, altimeters 29er, approach checklist is complete. So, Daffy at 8,000. The other altitudes, they are all at or above, but we are 5,000 high.
2915 Atlanta.
So I'm going to use the speed brake.
Level 230 and contact Jacksonville.
Descent path unachievable. Okay, no problem. We are going to clear that, and we are going to go after the path.
American 4915.
2418, contact Jacksonville 134.85.
Carlos Abrão Holanda, do you live in the middle? Yes, yeah, I do. I live here. I live in the Middle East since 1917. Sorry, so since 2017. 2017, I moved to the Middle East.
3485.
3485.
Atlanta Center is Boeing 1202 approaching.
Speed is 280 at DTSTR and then 250 at Wookie.
Send via Bankers 2, Boeing 1202.
So we are going back to the path.
ZB 771, turn left heading 200, vectors for descent, turn and descend and maintain 14,000. The Atlanta altimeter 29er.
200 degrees, 14,000, busy B 2 or 771.
Delta 1873, turn right heading 090, vectors for resequence, descend and maintain flight level 2, or can maintain flight level 220.
So we are coming back to the path.
Delta flight level 220, Delta 1833.
I think that this fix is called Duster. Duster or something like this.
Jedi 2 arrival, should maintain 250 knots in Endeavour 5121.
After Duster we go down 11,000 by Wookie in 250 knots.
2592, descend via the Banker 2 arrival, landing north of Short.
So we are almost at Duster.
Thanks to arrival, Charlotte landing
We
north.
just crossed Duster, so now 11,000. And we need 250 knots, we have 15 miles to go.
Southwest 14, cross Dutch, maintain flight level 240.
Atlanta Center United 438, flight level 330, direct Mars.
United 438, Atlanta Center, roger, descend and pass discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Pilot discretion down to flight level 240, United 438.
12 miles to go, that's good enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the speed intervention.
Delta 1873, turn right heading 180.
And as we go back to the path, I'm going to slow the speed brake. Them say speed, VNAV path, and I'm going to slow the speed brake.
Calling Atlanta Center unanswered, say again.
United 425, can we amend our climb to 350?
Speed should reduce automatically to 250 knots by this decel point here.
United 425, thanks.
Can start using the VSD on this side.
So, Aircraft United 1986, contact Atlanta, approach 127.9er.
127.9er, United 1986, bye-bye. So 127.
Busy B 771, turn right heading 270.
127.9er.
Busy B 771, reaching 14,000, ready speed to 250.
40 Southwest 3121.
Now 10,000.
Okay, 57, turn left heading 070.
070, Delta 1357.
Delta 650, expedite your descent down to 900,000.
Expedite descend down to 7,000, Delta 650.
Atlanta 1986, United with you, information Mike.
1986, climb approach, runway 27 left.
27 left, United 1986. So 27 left, as expected.
3121, turn right heading 020.
27 left, as I told you. Good enough.
Delta 650, reduce speed to 180, descend to maintain 7,000.
So now 250 knots.
Reduce speed down to 180, down to 7,000, Delta 650.
Going down to 10,000 by Jedi. And now 8,000 is the next by Duffy. Says drag required. I clear. Guys, these are not helping the yokes. I'm bringing it down so you have a better view of the screens. So now we are approaching 10,000. Pilot monitoring, turn the seat belts to on, turn on the lights, including logo light for tonight, and makes from his side here makes a PA. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Southwest 3121, contact approach 124.6. 124.6, Southwest 3121.
Maybe that's the next frequency for us. 124.
1357, major altitude, maintain 8,000.
Amending 8,000, 1357.
46 is there. As you can see, guys, we are going to nail 8,000 by Daffy.
Right, 3001863.
And then it's
1357, reduce speed to 180, 180 altitude.
180,
then that's the final altitude, if I'm not wrong.
Change your runway 26 right. 26 right, station number 0.
Yeah, that's 8,000 is the final altitude of our arrival. So we maintain 8,000.
1986, reduce speed to 210.
210 knots, United 1986. Speed intervention, 210 knots.
Number Sierra, fly heading 04.
Retard VNAV speed.
040 down to 12,000, citation norm 1357, just want to maintain 7,000, kind of approach 124.6.
ATC requesting now 210. Arnold Lima say the pilot is happy when he chooses the right runway when the airport has about 50 to choose from. Yeah. Oh, but I'm quite happy with the ATC because that's what happens in Rio Atlanta. Usually outer runway used for cargo airplanes. And then the runways between the terminal, between the runways between the airport terminal, they are used to base 7,000 heading 310 United 1986. So heading 7,000 level change. Retard heading cell MSFS speed. So then, because I'm coming from the south, usually I'm not cargo, so I don't use the southern runway, but I use the middle one, and the people coming from the north, they use the north runway. So that's what they usually do here in Atlanta.
Atlanta approach 2631, sending out of 18.5.
So what I'm going to set on my FMC now is
2631, approach point 270.
Silva with the approach course of 276, and we execute. So we are going to be vector all the way to this ILS here. MSFS speed
1602, reduce to 210.
altitude acquiring
2631, reduce to 250.
Confirm that was for 2631, 250.
From Delta 2631,
altitude hold.
reduce to 250, your runway is 27 left.
Alright, 27 left and
Aymar Pontes, I noticed that you already turned on the taxi light,
Reduce to 180.
but this light is not on the landing gear. Yes, it is, and it is off right now because the landing gear is up.
Stand by, let the other guy read back. United 1986, speed 180.
Speed 180, United 1986. So, flaps 1. Speed check, flaps 1.
Endeavour 5121, reduce to 210.
And speed 180 is set.
Delta 775, land approach runway 27 left, reduce speed to 250.
So Aymar, when the landing gear comes down, the taxi light will turn on automatically. Why? Because we don't want to put the gear down and lose time going there to turn the taxi light. You know, it's going to be on the final, so it's a lot of things to do. We want to reduce as much as we can, so at 10,000 we turn them on. Once the gear goes down, it automatically turns on. Okay? That's the Boeing philosophy. You do as much as you can above 10,000 feet. Below 10,000 feet, you just fly the airplane. Aymar, if you understood in English, let me know. If not, I reply to you in Portuguese. Aymar, você entendeu o que eu falei aí? Manda um ok, senão eu te respondo em português, beleza? Diego R saying hello, hello. Thanks for being here. And Leandro is asking about shear on the sim brief. Leandro, I really don't have time to answer that because of the busy ATC here, but I will do it once we reach the gate, okay? This is a really nice question that you have, the shear information. Yeah, it does involve turbulence. Yes, you're right. I will try to explain how once we reach our parking gate, okay? Lúcio Caetano, nice, thank you so much. Lúcio, Aymar, Leandro, everyone that is a member of this channel and is following our live stream tonight, unannounced live stream. Thank you so much, guys.
26 right. 26 right, Delta 2391. United 8, correction 1986, turn right heading 360.
Right 360, United 1986. 360 on 737 is 0, heading north. Oh, we have a good friend here, Gabriel Montovani, telling me to make a good landing. Yeah, I will try my best. We have traffic information, it's gone. Guys, this friend, he works with me here in the Middle East. We live in the same compound, and he's flying right now. Not right now, but he's abroad. So I'm pretty sure he's in the United States right now. To be here at this time, I couldn't sleep. 4:25 in the morning, so here we are.
Turn right heading 095, kind of approach 124.6.
Was it for 1986?
Yeah, 1986 A firm 095 heading, kind of approach 124.6.
124.6 and heading 095, United 1986, bye bye. 95 on the heading.
Plus 275 Endeavour 5121.
Delta 1602,
and the frequency 12695.
Delta 2631, kind of approach 128.0.
128.0, 2631.
Delta 775, turn right, right turn, heading 05.
Oh, this takes a while, 12695.
Delta 2391, reduce speed to 210. 210 knots.
I think I'll approach United 1986. Nine 75.
Got a 1357, turn right heading 210.
Right 210, Delta 1357.
Atlanta, hello, United 1986.
At 1986 Atlanta, hello. At a 1986 pit position.
1986, we are heading 095 7000. Am I on the wrong frequency? I was on 127.9 before.
8 firm, go back to your last time frequency.
Thank you.
The 650, turn right heading 2.
Line up 28, line altimeter 29er.
Atlanta, United 1986. Can you say that frequency again, please?
United 1986 approaches 124.6, 24.6.
24.6, thank you.
5121, descend and maintain 5,000.
I was with 24.6 here and I couldn't realize it was the one that I was looking for.
775 contact.
Atlanta, hello, United 1986 with you, 7,000.
United 1986, turn left heading 340, descend and maintain 4,000.
Left 340, descend and maintain 4,000. United 1986. So left
Southwest 1836, clear visual approach runway
340.
80 knots or greater until depot.
0, clear visual approach 27 left, Southwest.
And 4,000.
Airliner approach, hello, under 1521.
Level change. Level change by Claudio Fonseca, that's our channel.
Maintain 4,000.
27 left to maintain 4,000, under 5121.
United 1986, turn left heading of 300 now, intercept localizer, descend and maintain 4,000.
Left heading 300, descend maintain 4,000, intercept localizer 27 left, United 1986. So
Thank you. Southwest
300.
Depot tower 119.3.
We need to change
Southwest 15C3.
to the ILS frequency.
1521 heading 360.
ESF
Heading 070, under 5121.
FQ is there. Yep, that's correct. Localizer armed.
1602, let approach, hello, reduce speed to 180 knots.
And that's our Atlanta. The south runway, the mid runways that we are going to land on the left one, and the north runways. Couple of airplanes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. You see all these blinking lights are airplanes flying with us right now. Descend maintain 3000, United 1986. I didn't like my call sign for today.
Depot tower at depot 119.3.
180 till depot tower at depot 19.3, 650.
Tower will be 19.3.
United Endeavor 5121 traffic at your 11 o'clock, 4.5 miles. Northwest bound descent out of 5,000 is a 737, that's your sequence.
Traffic. Yeah, we have them inside Endeavor 15.
Traffic, let's see this traffic.
Thank you, one turn to follow.
On the left side. When you come to San Francisco, man, the 777 is not flying to San Francisco. The 350 is right now, so I don't really know.
1986, the airport is at your 10 o'clock and 17 miles. Advise when you have it in sight.
Inside, United 1986.
United 1986, cleared visual approach, runway 27 left.
Clear visual approach to 7 left, United 1986. So, approach is armed. We are clear for a visual approach. We are going to follow the ILS. So, Augusto, I don't really know when I go to San Francisco, but we can do some simulated flights there. Yeah, why not? Next time I do LA San Francisco. What do you think? This traffic alert remind me of a live flight to Brasilia, where I kept hearing this all the time during cruise. Yeah, maybe it was me just behind you. Cláudio Bueno, boa noite, Cláudio. Boa noite, Xará. Obrigado pela presença. Nós estamos aproximando aqui pista 27 esquerda em Atlanta. Yuko Kumano saying good evening and just donate to us 250 Japanese yens. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So MCP speed altitude acquiring. We are just waiting for the localizer.
771, 6 for 5, 360 heading, 170 knots. Busy B 771, let approach, runway 27 left. Turn
we
right
have to update here our legs.
027 left, Busy B 771. Stop 1602, if you haven't already, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Wow, we're slowing to 180, Delta 1602.
Thank you. Endeavor 5121, as you join the localizer at the airport, set your 10 o'clock in 17 miles.
So localizer is capture, heading is 275.
Endeavor 5121.
Endeavor 5121, thank you. Cleared visual approach runway 27 left, 180 knots until depot.
So we maintain 180 knots until depot.
180 till depot, Endeavor 5121.
Delta 1602, turn left heading 300 to intercept the localizer.
Let's see outside, we do have time.
Airport in sight for traffic, so it'll be coming up on your 10 o'clock.
See guys coming above
We got the regional jet in sight.
on the north runways. We are coming to the mid runways.
Cleared visual approach 27 left, 180 knots.
Cleared visual approach 27.
Really nice ATC tonight, guys.
Endeavor 5121 over depot. You can contact tower 100.3. Take care.
Over depot, we'll call tower 119.3, Endeavor 5121.
Busy B771, descend to maintain 4,000.
4,000, Busy B 771.
United 1986, if you didn't get it already, tower is 19.3.
19.3, see you. United 1986, bye bye. So switching tower 19.3. Flaps 5 now. 180 knots, we can even set gear down and flaps 15. That's what we want at this place. So gear down, flaps 15. We arm the speed brake, and we also turn engine start switch to continuous.
Southwest 1863, hold short of runway 27 right at November 5.
Glide slope capture, and our missed approach is to 4,000.
12385, Southwest 1863.
Now we start reducing our speed. Atlanta Tower, hello, United 1986, visual 27 left.
Yeah, 1986, Atlanta Tower, wind 2205, runway 27 left, go land number 2, following at Boeing 737, short final.
Kirtland 27 left, United 1986. So now we can set flaps 25 to start reducing the speed to what we need, 134. And now we can select flaps 30, and we can read the landing checklist, which is engine start switch continuous, speed brake armed, landing gear down, and flaps are 30, green light, landing checklist complete, and we are at 1,000 stable. So we have a stable approach. We continue towards our landing. Right now I'm going to disengage our auto throttle. And I'm going to disengage the autopilot.
American 650, hold short of runway 27 right at Tango, monitor tower 123.85.
Flight director.
Hold short of the right side of Tango 650, monitor tower.
Atlanta Tower, hello, Endeavor 5121 on final 27 left.
Endeavor 5121, Atlanta Tower, wind 2205, runway 27 left, go land. You're number 2, following a 737 on a 2-mile final.
Go land 27 left, number 2, Endeavor 5121.
Wind is coming slightly from the left, 7 knots.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
Tower Delta 1602 is outside of depot for 27 left.
50, 40, 30.
Delta 1602, Atlanta Tower. Good evening, wind 2205. Runway 27 left, go land.
Speed brake up.
Endeavor Sierra J on
Reverses normal.
Line Delta 1602, 27 left.
Next high speed to the right. 60 knots. Manual brakes. Auto brake disarm. And we take this to the right.
Yeah, 1986, Holster, runway 27 right at Tango, monitor tower 123.85.
Monitor 12385, hold short Tango, United 1986. I have no clue where is Tango. I have to... Tango is just to the right here.
Wind check tower.
And frequency 12385, that's what I need. 12385.
Flight 7, need that right turn 360 at 4,000.
Wisconsin 512, climbing through 5,000 feet.
So we have to hold short here. Okay, I'm going to make parking brake set, and we can start our after landing procedures. Lights off.
Yeah, 1986, cross 27 right at Tango, join Lima, ground point 75.
Cross 27 right, join Lima, ground point 75, United 1986. So here we go.
Delta 17658, contact, approach 127.25.
Let's do it as soon as we can, some thrust here. And then we have to join Lima. Lima is second right.
Delta 1020, holding start runway 27 right.
November 90875, cross 26 right at Alpha, taxi runway 26 left, traffic on a 4-mile final. Number 90875, Atlanta Tower.
Ground 12175.
Delta 928, RNAV to football, runway 27.
Ground hello, United 1986, with you on Lima.
United 1986, Atlanta ground, welcome to Atlanta, Lima to parking, good day.
Lima to parking, 1986, thank you, bye bye. So, Lima to parking, we did it.
Hello again on ramp 4 south.
We'll take the second to the left while I finish our after landing now. So, engine start switch back to off.
I'm sorry, say again, 2420.
Position to steady.
APU,
APU, we are going to start. Auto brake to off.
By Lima, Juliet, Mike, Lima, Charlie, 2420.
981, monitor tower 123.85.
To up. Transponder to transponder.
Ground citation 4 Golf is Sierra.
And the last thing that we have to do from the left side here is to set
Golf Mike 4 Golf Sierra, contact
our trim to 5.
Delta 981, monitor tower 123.85.
Okay, we continue taxi.
Monitor tower 123.85, 791.
And ground apologies, that 121.9 for 4 Golf Sierra.
And we'll take the next left here.
Copy that, pushing, cheers.
Delta 1264, request on taxi to runway 27 right.
Delta 1264, Atlanta ground, hello, stay location.
Yes, from south of ramp Charlie 21, sir.
People say nice landing, good job. I didn't like it. I was too fast on the approach. I didn't pay much attention to my
Delta Cross 64 from Web Charlie 21 with
speed.
to one-way 27 right.
As we don't have marshallers,
So the 1264, advise short of Kmia for taxi.
as we don't have marshallers, I'm going to use the outside camera.
Taxi, Delta Cross 64.
So taxi light off. APU is on bus. And I'm going to use the external camera to park somewhere.
American 2420, monitor tower 123.85.
123.85, American 2420.
These brakes are not really good. They are not very sensitive. So here we park, we go inside, we make sure we have the parking brake with the light on, we have the APU running and connected to the bus, so we can shut down both engines. And then the FO starts turning off the fuel pumps, turning off the fasten belt switch, turning off probe hitch, turning off hydraulic pumps, opening isolation valve, turning APU bleed to on, and then anti-collision light to off. The next steps that we have, flight directors to off, speed down to 100, make sure weather radar and terrain are off, transponder 2000,
Roger, 5121, taxi ramp via mic, get it. Ramp via mic and everything.
and on standby.
Ground Delta 266 at 2 north, ready for taxi.
I'm going to stop here in the
Delta 266, connect the
controller. We are already at our parking position. So the last step before I answer Leandro is going to be our shutdown checklist that you can see right now. Shutdown checklist says fuel pumps, 1 pump on for APU, hydraulic panel is set, flaps are up, parking brake set, engine start levers cut off, weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist is complete. Next step, I'm going to come here on FS actions, ground service. I'm going to set the wheel shocks. I'm going to see that we are going to use jetways here. Okay, and then I can come here, turn off the parking brake, and ask for a jetway to come. As you can see outside, the jetway is coming and we are going to disembark the passengers very soon. So guys, we do have one question from Leandro. I'm going to finish the broadcast with that, but just before, I'm going to read the last 2 messages. Carlos Abrão says Flight Simulator has really beautiful graphics, but we can use the mouse to fly, so I have to stick with X-Plane as I don't have a joystick. But Carlos, is nowadays is so cheap. You can find maybe an joystick, something like mine joystick, you know, and or maybe I don't know. Well, for sure, less money than the flight simulator itself, or even less money than the Pmdg. And I think it's good to have it. You know, it's going to change your simulation completely. Arnold Lima say, drop by in Lisbon any day to some traffic partner in the 737. Yeah, we can do it. We can do some conventional navigation flight. So we depart with VORs and NDBs, and we do approach with VORs and NDB and all this kind of stuff there in Lisbon. Okay, if you don't have it in Lisbon, in Porto or something, let me know if you can control it in Porto as well. So guys, there is one question from Leandro here. He says, first I'm going to answer in English. Okay, I finished the broadcast in English and then I answer in Portuguese for my Brazilian followers as well. So Leandro is asking, there is one SHR, which means shear, on the sim brief, and he asked if it's something related to turbulence. Yes, it is, and I'm going to show you right now. So we go to the sim brief, and on the sim brief we have information here. In this case it's just SR, which means shear rate. Sometimes it's SHR. Right now it says no, the shear rate we only have from top of climb, so 2 and like 1 here, and we are going to have until top of descent. So top of descent 0-1, and then you don't have it anymore. Usually we have on the wind summary sometimes. Okay, so on this, in this case, in this type of briefing that I just create here on sim brief, that's the information that we have. Sometimes it's a different location, but what you have to understand is that this shear rate is the rate of wind change by 4,000 feet. So you slice the atmosphere by 4,000 feet, and then you take the wind on that layer, and 4,000 above, 4,000 below. If the wind is shifting a lot, you have a higher rate of change that most probably will indicate turbulence. Okay, so if you have numbers like 0, 1, or in this case 2, that means because of this shear rate that most probably there will be no turbulence on this flight. That doesn't mean that will not be turbulence. That means that most probably there will not be turbulence because of wind velocity change. Okay, which means 4,000 above and 4,000 below of this level that we choose for our flight, the wind velocity is pretty much the same, so we are in a very good layer of constant winds, so the winds are not changing. Most probably we are not having turbulence. Why I say most probably? Because other things can generate turbulence, like CBs around, or if you are inside clouds, maybe the tropopause, the difference on the temperature along the route that you are flying. So another hint for turbulence, we can go down all the way here, and you can see that this is our flight plan. The tropopause is not even showed here. Sometimes we have the tropopause, so if we have the tropopause, it's going to be something like this, okay, showing the level of the tropopause. This would be nice, but if sometimes if you had it like this, crossing your flight, that means at some point on your flight you are crossing areas where the temperature is changing a lot, so you also have possibility of turbulence. Okay, another thing that can indicate turbulence, if you go to the weather chart, significant weather chart, as you can see, all the way from Miami until Atlanta we were flying in an area of CBs up to flight level 450. So if you are flying around the CBs, you may have turbulence as well. So this is another indication of turbulence, okay? That's just to show you that the shear indication is not the only indication for turbulence, but is one of the most used ones, as we can clearly see if we are in a constant airflow or not, okay? I hope you guys understood it, and now I'm going to speak in Portuguese, the same thing for the Brazilians. Guys, English speakers that were up to here, thank you so much, and I see you next time. Galera, então para explicar ali a shear que o Leandro falou, o SRH do SimBrief, tá? O SRH do SimBrief é o seguinte, vou botar na tela de novo para vocês aqui o SimBrief. Às vezes aparece como SRH, às vezes aparece como SR, tá? SR de shear rate, razão de shear, razão de corte, tá? Às vezes SRH como shear, como corte, tá? Isso indica a diferença de vento. É uma razão de diferença de vento do vento 4.000 pés acima ou 4.000 pés abaixo do seu nível. Quanto maior esse número, maior a diferença de vento entre esses níveis, então maior a possibilidade de turbulência. Se você tem 0, 1 e 2 aqui, que é o máximo que a gente tem hoje, tá? Quer dizer que possivelmente você não vai ter turbulência devido à diferença de vento. Então você está num fluxo, numa área em que o vento está constante, muito próximo um do outro, tá? Note que a shear só aparece a partir do top of climb, tá? Até o top of descent, tá? Do ponto de nivelamento até o ponto de início da descida. Porque, obviamente, se você for na subida, verificar aqui esse rate, essa razão, ele estaria muito grande, porque o vento está mudando muito enquanto você sobe, tá? O vento, obviamente, ele muda durante a subida, mas a partir do momento que está nivelado, ele deveria estar mais constante. Então aqui é uma das indicações que você pode ter com relação à turbulência. A partir de 3 já começa a balançar um pouco, 4 e 5, leve, 6 e 7 aí, moderada, 8 e 9 aí dá para dizer turbulência severa, tá? Esperada, não quer dizer que você vai ter. Outras indicações de turbulência podem ser você voar perto de CB ou você voar dentro de nuvens. E como eu mostrei aqui, ó, nesse caminho aqui, ó, de Miami lá para Atlanta, a gente estava voando nessa rota aqui, cheia de nuvens aqui, ó, com CBs embutidos e isolados nessa área, tá? Então ele estava dizendo que toda essa área aqui existiam CBs, eles não estavam muito frequentes, são CBs isolados, eles não estão em toda a área, mas eles estão embutidos no meio das outras nuvens que compõem essa camada aqui. Outra questão que você pode analisar se você vai ter turbulência ou não, é justamente aqui no final. Às vezes aparece aqui a tropopausa, tá? Eu coloquei aqui, por exemplo, uma tropopausa em azul que não atingiria nosso nível de voo, então é bem possível que essa tropopausa não causasse qualquer turbulência para o nosso voo. Mas quando você tivesse, por exemplo, uma tropopausa como essa que eu desenhei em vermelho, essa sim causaria turbulência, principalmente nos pontos em que você está cruzando a tropopausa por causa da diferença de temperatura. Muda a temperatura, muda a característica do ar, gera turbulência também, principalmente se a tropopausa for algo como essa vermelha aqui, ó, descendo abruptamente, cruzando o teu nível de voo, aumentando a temperatura, ou melhor, aumentando o nível em que ela está abruptamente e em algum ponto, por exemplo, descendo para o seu nível de voo de novo, tá? Então isso pode indicar mais uma vez turbulência. Os pilotos olham todas essas informações aqui, juntamente com o que eles estão sentindo em voo, com o que eles estão vendo no radar meteorológico, para prever ou não aí alguma turbulência, beleza? Espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa live de hoje. Eu vou encerrar aqui meus agradecimentos a todos, tá? O Arnon dizendo ali que só pode controlar em Lisboa por enquanto. Beleza, a gente vai lá para Lisboa. E o Gabriel ali Mantovani falou: obrigado, mais uma aula, bom descanso aí. Valeu, Gabriel, obrigado pela ajuda. Se precisar de alguma ajuda com os peixes lá, também avisa, tá? Tamo na área aí amanhã e depois. Valeu, galera. Obrigado. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye, bye. Valeu, Leandro. Valeu, Carlos. Valeu, Aymar. Grande abraço a todos. Fui.